Okay, this is Chris Winnard with EV Yachting, 619-987-7331. We're doing the video walkthrough of the 1981 CNC 34 Spin Doctor, listed on Yacht World at $26,500. We're going to do an exterior walkthrough first. The boat has a Harken furler. Currently, without the drum, it's been taken off for race mode, but it's fully cruise ready with a Harken drum that can be put on here. Spinnaker poles. Classic CNC look. We have a solid vang. I would put the thing up into the sun for the thing, but nice single spreader mast. It's been painted fairly recently. Very simple, clean deck layout. The boat has been raced, but it is definitely a lovely day sailing and cruising boat. And it's been under the care of the current owner for
15 years. Yeah.
This is Paul.
I'm Paul. I'll take you through the rest of the boat here, and we'll look at some of the greater features about it.
Let's do it.
Come on, let's go. One of the best things to take a look at is the top side as you come on the boat. There's been a bunch of modifications from the classic 1981 CNC 34. The original boat came with a few winches up top, and instead they've been replaced by the Harken turning blocks, which takes all of the halyards back to the cockpit with clutches, and then a couple of nice winches up on top of the cabin. The next modification is going to be the adjustable jib cars, which allows for various wind conditions and different size jibs. We left part of the original
that's a number 2 track, right?
Track, yeah, exactly, and that track's actually runs that's for the number 3. When you put the 3 on, it goes right there. So another modification that's real nice is the original CNC came with a very heavy track here that held a baby stay, and instead we've replaced it with a very simple pad eye and a Spectra baby stay that can be added in heavy weather and then completely off the boat in light Southern California wind when you're cruising and enjoying the boat.
The baby stay stabilizes the rig in breeze.
Heavy weather. This boat was built in Canada near Niagara Falls, and it was built for Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, heavy seas, so it's a strong boat that can handle that, but it does so wonderfully in Southern California as well. The next mod has been the change of the Traveler. Here's the main sheet and Traveler. The Traveler's been put down in the cockpit. However, it used to live right up here on the cabin top. It could easily be changed back there.
We can also, there's a sister ship with the midships Traveler right there. Same boat.
The change of the Traveler back to the cockpit adds basically a little bit more control of the main, which is nice when you're doing some competitive work on the boat.
And you can get to the main sheet easier when you're short-handed.
Yeah, double handing or single handing, everything's right here. You got everything's back in the cockpit now. All the halyards lead back to the cockpit. The main sheet's in the cockpit. Everything's right here. You got 2 sets of winches, locking blocks so that when you're changing from spinnakers to sheets. Real nice lazarette right here, which has a nice organizer for all of the sheets. So light sheets and heavy sheets for all conditions, and then a sail locker for storage. Bronson bags to store lines so that they last longer. We've put some good lines on the boat. Replaced most of that running rigging.
Raytheon instrumentation right here. You got the hanging on a pod so you can see it from the cockpit and remove it if you need to. let's descend into
let's go. Come
into
on
the
down.
depths.
And then we get to the comfy part of the boat. So the top side we made a little bit more race worthy, and we left the bottom side a perfect cruise mobile. I've taken it to Catalina so many times and down into Mexico. This turns into a double berth by simply lowering this table and folding this out. This is a single berth here. If you're in seas, it has the canvas that can come up and attach. Plenty of ample storage on both sides. Storage over there. There's also plenty of ample storage down behind the berths on both sides. Right here. And then the quarter berth is really a nice spot.
That's a big, that's a double berth.
That's one of my favorite places to stay.
Yeah, I've slept there on a race.
Nav station with the Garmin GPS plotter that ties into the Ray Marine, and the VHF radio, which has a duplicator up in the cockpit. So you've also got a mic and the ability to use the VHF from the cockpit. You can kind of transfer all the way up to the V-berth. V-berth is pretty spacious up here. I'm 6'1", and we're pretty happy staying in here when we go over to Twin Harbors. So that's comfortable. But certainly we can take the cushions out and store all the sails here when we race to Ensenada as well. The Canadians were smart when they built this boat. Turns out that the closet door is the bedroom door as well. So when you're in the V-berth, you get to just close that off and you've got privacy, and then a nice big storage closet in here that's currently got the spare anchor. Here's the head. Recently replaced, the typical Jabsco. And of course the sink is also the shower. As is typical with most sailing vessels. And then more storage in here.
We'll just get a shot of the V-berth. This is nice, big. Really a great two couples. Got a nice hatch here with lots of air coming through. Fans running.
And then when you're going to have a big dinner party, you can flip around here, Chris, and take a look at this, and then it's real easy to turn this into a nice place to enjoy a full meal. Wow, and we've really enjoyed that with plenty of space in the salon when you set it up like that.
What is that? You almost get 6 people around there.
Yes.
Certainly
Yeah.
4 very comfortably.
4 comfortably and 6 or more if you have kids. Yeah. So very well thought out, and these tables are actually removable. When you're choosing to race the boat, you can just take those out and have more room for sails and gear.
The obligatory wine is there.
Over here, the gimbaled stove. There's actually 2 CNG tanks with the boat that are both under this area right down in here. So you can switch out. You've got some longevity when you're cruising. There's the reefer. This is just a nice little addition to make some additional counter space when you're not using the stovetop. And plenty of kitchen storage. And then this is your 110 panel over here, and your temperature gauge on your reefer and cabin temp. And here's the sink. The sink is nice because it has both the 12-volt water pump, but also if you're on a long cruise, just by simply switching a valve down here, you can change to this particular faucet and use the foot pump to save on battery power. Down here, here's your access to the engine compartment, which is really quite easy to get to. I can take that ladder off with one hand. And here's your 20 horse 3-cylinder Yanmar, which is known in the industry as just a workhorse, and the engine's been wonderful. We've done tons of maintenance and work on it over the years, but really had no problems with it.
And it's dry down there.
It is dry down there, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
That looks good.
Looks good. Yep. I love this motor in particular. It actually has the ability to decompress the cylinders if you ever run your battery a little bit low and are having trouble starting it, which I did do one time on an Ensenada race and was thankful for. Over here we've got the 12-volt panel, so it takes care of all the cabin lights, the freshwater pump, the shower pump, the autopilot, anchor lights, bow lights, stereo refrigeration, and the instruments. A little
Stereo? Which is
little
running?
stereo running with a little jazz and a little CD player in there, and the ability to actually hook up
Auxiliary?
Yeah, all kinds of auxiliary. Your phone basically now. iPods are gone, but it did have iPod hookup as well. Yeah.
Well, let's go check out the sail inventory.
All right, let's do that. On your way up, you might just want to take a look at the hydraulic backstay. That's a Sailtech. It's been serviced in Oshkosh, Wisconsin recently. But that's a nice hydraulic backstay. You'll notice that there's both a spinnaker pole and a reaching strut that are easily removable, but certainly wonderful to have when you're choosing to use that array of sails. And here's the sail inventory. We'll start with the mains. We've got a very heavy Dacron main. It's a real nice heavy weather or delivery main. And then a lighter Southern California racing Dacron main, or basically a light main for lighter wind. Next to them, this is a staysail. The boat performs very nicely with a staysail. And here's people call this a floater or a daisy if you're in really light wind conditions.
Yeah, light air sail.
Yeah, light air sail. Right here is the light wind jib. I'm just fixing the zipper on the bag, so it's out of its bag right now. And next to it is the heavy wind, heavy laminate jib. Both number ones. Here's the number 3 jib, which is a real nice Dacron. Doesn't get a lot of use down here in Southern California. It's in great shape. And then 3 spinnakers. We've got basically a reaching spinnaker, and then we've got a heavy 3/4 spinnaker, and then a lighter 1/2 mil symmetric spinnaker.
And what did that light air spinnaker help do?
That would be the 2019 San Diego to Ensenada winning sail.
First place.
Here. First place.
First place. So once again, this is the 1981 CNC 34 Spin Doctor on Yacht World, offered by EV Yachting. Chris Winnard, 619-987-7331. A very nice cruiser racer. See you later.